Hello and welcome to my channel. My hook is 2.25 millimeter and I start with a magic ring. Now I chain 8. 1, 2, I lose a little bit my chains. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. I turn and I see the little bumps, so I will go with my hook in each bump and make a loop and keep that loop on my hook. I go right here, or is the first one, grab the yarn, pull through, have 2 of them, again to the next bump, 3 loops, to the next bump, 4 loops, again to the next one, 5 loops, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Now with the 10 I go into the ring, I grab the yarn and make a loop right there. Now I have 10 loops on my hook. Next I grab the yarn and pull through the first 2 loops. And now I will grab the yarn, pull through this loop and the next loop. And again that loop and the next one. That loop and the next one. The loop and the next one. And the last one right there. Again I have bumps. I skip the first one. No, actually I go and make a slip stitch to the first one. And now I go and make the loops. I have 4 loops, 5, 6, 7 and 8 and the 9 in the magic ring, and I close in the same way. Pull through the first 2 loops, now that loop and the next loop, that loop and the next one, the loop and the next one, and the last one right there. Again to the first bump I go and I make a slip stitch, and then I make my loops. 2 loops, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and the 8 into the ring, and I close 2, that loop and the next one, that loop and the next one. And again the first bump a slip stitch, and then I make my loops, 2 loops, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and close. I made 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rows. Now I go in each bump and make a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 6 into the ring. Next I chain 3. Again I lose the loops a little bit, the chains a little bit. I turn and again I see the bumps and I go with 1 chain, so I have 2, 3, and I go to the last one right here with 4 and the 5 into the ring. Grab the yarn, pull through the first 2, grab the yarn, pull through that loop and the next loop, that loop and the next loop, that loop and the next loop. Again I go and make my loops, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and I close everything. Now I go and make my slip stitches in each bump. One, 2, 3 and 4. Again I chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and I repeat everything I did right here. Make my loops into the bumps. Five of them, grab them, pull through the first 2, pull through that loop and the next one, that loop and the next one. Again I go with my loops, and now I close. And now I go and make slip stitches. 1, 2, 3, and the last one, the 4. And I chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and I go and make my loops into the bumps. Two loops, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7 into the ring. Grab them, pull through 2, grab them, pull through that loop and the next one, that loop and the next one. And the last 2 right here. And now I chain 1. Again, make my loops to the bumps, 2 loops, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, and I close everything. Again I chain 1, again make my loops, and the last one right there, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I close all of them, and one more time I chain 1. I go with my loops, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I made 1, 2, 3, 4, and now I go and make my slip stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now I close the ring and here I chain 30. And now I go right here, or is the magic ring. Grab the yarn and I make a slip stitch. And I got my yarn right there. I made one more, and now I go and place them together. And right here I will only use this loop in each chain and go to the loop from the other side. And now I go on this loop from the next chain, and this loop from this chain from this side. And again this loop and the loop from the other side, that loop and this loop from the other one. And I do like this until right here.